1. Ireland wing Jacob Stockdale ruled out of July Test season injury update. 2. Jacob Stockdale injured. Ireland wing out of Portugal game. 3. Ireland rugby update. Jacob Stockdale's injury woes continue. Portugal match implications. 1. Ireland wing Jacob Stockdale ruled out of July Test season injury update. A major setback has hit Ireland's rugby squad just before their crucial July Test matches. One key player has been ruled out, stirring concerns for the upcoming clash against Portugal. Having recently celebrated an impressive 34-5 victory over Georgia in Tbilisi, the team touched down in Lisbon on Sunday, energised and ready to build on their momentum. However, the good news ends there. While Cian Prendergast has thankfully bounced back from a bout of illness and will be available for selection this week, Jacob Stockdale, an influential wing, will unfortunately miss the Portugal game due to injury. Stockdale, who plays for Ulster, sustained a shoulder injury in the intense match against Georgia. The incident happened when he contested a high ball and landed awkwardly, a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in rugby. Now 29, Stockdale is back in Ireland and set to consult a specialist next week to assess the extent of his injury. This development raises important questions about the impact of such injuries on team dynamics and player careers. Does relying on a single star player put the team at an unnecessary risk? In addition to Stockdale's absence, tight head Scott Wilson, who was a late addition to the squad and travelled with the team to Georgia, will also not feature against Portugal. He has returned home to Belfast since he is not required for this fixture. The full team lineup will be announced on Thursday, creating anticipation and speculation among fans and analysts alike. And here's the part most people miss. These changes might significantly alter Ireland's strategy and on-field chemistry, bringing opportunities for lesser-known players to step up but also uncertainty about performance consistency. Meanwhile, on the wider rugby scene, Italy's captain has been ruled out of their tour, adding another twist to the international rugby narrative this season. Source: Rugby365.com. This situation invites a deeper discussion on the physical toll of international rugby and squad management. Should teams prioritise resting key players to avoid such injuries, or is the intense, high-stakes nature of test matches simply unavoidable? What do you think? Should Ireland reshuffle their lineup aggressively, or stick with a more cautious approach? Share your thoughts below and join the debate. 2. Jacob Stockdale injured. Ireland wing out of Portugal game. Imagine being at the top of your game, only to have a sudden injury throw your career into chaos. That's the harsh reality rugby star Jacob Stockdale is facing right now. After a hard-fought win against Georgia, Stockdale was forced to leave the pitch with his shoulder in a makeshift sling, a worrying sign for fans and teammates alike. The Irish wing, a key player for Ulster, has been ruled out of Ireland's upcoming match against Portugal due to a severe shoulder injury sustained during the 34-5 victory. The 29-year-old was seen in obvious distress as he was helped off the field, his left arm cradled in his shirt. The news was confirmed by the Ireland team on Monday, who revealed that Stockdale will miss the final game of the summer tour in Portugal on Saturday, and will be visiting a specialist in Ireland the following week. This setback is particularly cruel for Stockdale, who had already been dealing with the physical and emotional toll of a hamstring injury sustained in his last international appearance against Fiji in November. The shoulder injury adds to a growing list of challenges for the talented wing, who has been a cornerstone of the Irish team. Ireland's current predicament is further complicated by the absence of 16 key players, who are on duty with the British and Irish Lions. Stockdale, with his wealth of experience, was seen as a vital component in interim head coach Paul O'Connell's squad. However, with Stockdale out, the team faces a significant reshuffle. On a brighter note, Cian Prendergast, who was sidelined with illness, has recovered and will be available for selection for the upcoming game. Prop Scott Wilson, also from Stockdale's Ulster team, has returned home after being called up as injury cover. O'Connell, however, has no further injury concerns and will announce the team for the Portugal match on Thursday. But here's where it gets controversial. How do we balance the excitement and competitiveness of rugby with the need to protect our athletes from injuries? Should there be stricter rules in place to prevent such injuries, or is this simply part of the game? And this is the part most people miss. Stockdale's injury raises questions about the physical demands of modern rugby and the long-term effects on players' bodies. What do you think? Should we be doing more to safeguard our athletes, or is this just the harsh reality of professional sports? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As rugby fans, we can only hope that Stockdale's recovery is swift and successful. In the meantime, let's focus on supporting the team and cheering them on in Portugal. After all, the show must go on. 3. Ireland Rugby Update. Jacob Stockdale's injury woes continue. Portugal match implications. Rugby heartbreak. Ireland's rising star faces another devastating injury blow. In a gut-wrenching turn of events for Irish rugby, Jacob Stockdale's promising summer tour has come to an abrupt halt, marking yet another challenging chapter in the talented winger's career. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this just bad luck, or a deeper issue with player management? The Irish national rugby squad has confirmed that 2 players will be departing from their current tour, with Stockdale leading the headlines. After a promising start in Saturday's match against Georgia, which ended in a commanding 34-5 victory, the Ulster player experienced another campaign-ending injury that will sideline him from the upcoming Portugal fixture. Stockdale's journey has been nothing short of a rollercoaster. Remember his dramatic return to international rugby last November after a 15-month hiatus? Selected to start against Fiji, he seemed poised for a comeback. However, a hamstring issue during that match quickly derailed those hopes, preventing him from featuring in the Autumn Nations series. By mid-February, Stockdale had managed to return to play with Ulster, but his chances of participating in the 2025 Six Nations had already evaporated. Now, this summer tour, which could have been his redemption, has been cut short, forcing him to return home for specialist medical consultation. And this is the part most people miss. Stockdale isn't alone in his misfortune. Scott Wilson, another Ulster player, will also be missing from the Portugal leg of the tour. However, there's a silver lining. Cian Prendergast has recovered from his recent illness and will be available for selection. The Irish Rugby Football Union's official statement paints a clear picture. While the team arrived in Lisbon ready for their next challenge, Stockdale has been ruled out and will seek specialist advice. The squad remains optimistic, with no additional injury concerns arising from their Georgian triumph. So, rugby fans, what do you think? Is this a mere string of unfortunate events, or does it highlight deeper challenges in professional rugby's approach to player recovery and management? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As interim coach Paul O'Connell continues to navigate these turbulent waters, one thing remains certain. Irish rugby's resilience will be tested, but never broken.